Can you hear me now? Trying to fix it. Let's try that. Can you guys hear me now? Ah! I think you can. Let's see. Yes, you can hear me now. Okay. Something like went weird with something went weird there. Anyways, doesn't matter. Welcome to my scope. I'm Jai Gobind. I am your channel for grace. If you guys are watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. If you are here live, welcome in, you guys. We're gonna do a reading, an intuitive reading for the weekend. And whoever's watching on YouTube, welcome. Whoever's watching on Facebook, welcome. I see Patrick, Zach, and Angie. How are you? And Trudy, I see you on here on Periscope. And also Rosita. Thank you guys for sharing and inviting your followers. So here is what we are going to do. So before I do, I was getting ready. I was so excited to do the individual card readings that I didn't get ready for the intuitive reading. So as you guys know, I've been traveling and I've been kind of in and out, not really on Periscope very much. But I have recently put my studio back together. And so I am here, full force. Again, Trudy, thank you for inviting your followers. Rosita, thank you for inviting your followers. And didn't get a chance to do the intuitive reading for the week this past Monday, which is when I usually do it. So we're going to do an intuitive reading for the weekend. Missy Ann, thank you so much for sharing on Twitter. So first, the reading will be for everyone. And then after that, we're going to do some individual readings. If you give super hearts when the time comes, then if you give super hearts now, I will give you a 1-card reading. And then if you'd like to get a full reading, I am offering full readings for $20 donations through PayPal. And the PayPal is paypal.me/Eagle Star Yoga. Missy Ann, thank you for the super hearts. So if you want a full reading, we can do it like that. So I said a little prayer before I actually started this broadcast. And I want to ask for, hey, how are you, Terry? I want to ask for guidance, a beautiful reading for us for this weekend. There's not a full moon or a new moon happening this weekend. We're moving into a full moon, which is happening next week, and I'll be doing a ceremony on that day. I usually do new moon and full moon ceremonies. The first card we got is pretty cool. So I pulled 5 cards. First card is the intuition card. Second card is the challenge. And the challenge for us is that. Third card is the overall theme. Hey Angie, thanks for inviting followers and popping over here onto Periscope. Please share and invite if you guys could. That would be amazing. Third card is the overall theme, and then the fourth card is the wisdom from our ancestors. Wisdom from the ancestors. What is the wisdom this weekend? Hang on. Craziness is happening all over. So it's one of these cards. I know that much. Which one is it? Let's figure this out. Thank you so much for the super hearts, Angie. How are you? Is that Lizzie? Hey, how are you? This one. I knew it. I'm here in the chat too, you guys, which is funny. Hey Richie, welcome in. Thank you for inviting followers. Thank you for sharing on Twitter. Elia, hello from Panama. Jeanette, welcome in to Facebook, guys. Thank you for those super hearts. Missy Ann on Periscope. Appreciate it. Thank you for sharing, Lizzie. That's so sweet. Jeanette is from watching from Bermuda. Wow. And Willie, welcome to YouTube. Merry Christmas. I'm really good, Lizzie. Okay, here we go. This is it. All right, so this is a reading for the weekend. There's 5 cards. We got intuition card, challenge, overall theme, wisdom from our ancestors, and the animal card. Hello, how are you? Which will give us some guidance for us for this weekend. So the intuition card that we got is my malas, you mean? She said, I love your males. Sounds really funny. The first card that we got is the magician card. The magician card is like you hold the power within yourself to create anything you want. Sometimes we don't believe in ourselves, or sometimes in general we have a hard time believing in ourselves. But when we believe in ourselves, it really changes a lot of the energy of the way we do things and the way we see the world. So the magician card is how you use your intuition. And when your intuition tells you something feels right, you got to follow that direction. This weekend is going to be about us flowing towards that direction and trusting. Trust is a huge part of us using our intuition. We have a really crazy challenge card. The 10 of Swords. This card is like a crazy energy. It's like death. It's like overkill. It's not just death, it's kind of like overkill. It's like rock bottom. It's also a card about drama. It's about keeping the same thing going over and over. Like it's time for us to let go of the past, like our past beliefs. So the swords represent, in this moment, in this card, our past beliefs, the things that have kept us from truly moving forward in life. And so if you continue to overkill things, what's going to happen is you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to move anywhere. You're not going to evolve. You're not going to feel yourself moving forward in your life. And so it's time for us to stop, let go of anything that is keeping you from moving forward. If you're continuously thinking the same thing, if you're like just stabbing, you know, the dead whatever that you just killed, and you just keep stabbing it, it's like, okay, we got it. Like you took care of it, you whatever, you know what I mean? Like you dealt with that, it's done. That part is done. But if you don't move on to the next thing, it's like dwelling on the past. If you don't move on to the next thing, you'll never get to a point where you actually realize why that really needed to happen. And we got the Ace of Cups as the overall theme, which means that it's almost like we have this beautiful ability to fill our cup with what we want. And the Magician card is telling us that we have the power to fill the cup with whatever we want. Hey Greenie, how are you? We can fill our cup with whatever we want. We just need to trust that we can do that we have the power to do that. The High Priestess is the wisdom from our ancestors. And the High Priestess is like the goddess. She's powerful in the sense that she knows where she stands. She knows who she is. She knows she's got power. She's super, super intuitive. But at the same time, she is able to determine or know whether to act in a situation or not act in a situation. So it's not just about intuition. So the Magician card is about us trusting our intuition and activating and knowing that we have the power to do that. The Priestess card is about like fully embodying all of those powers. Yeah, it's your card, Lizzie. It's about fully embodying those powers. And it's the wisdom from our ancestors for this weekend. So it's actually kind of a really cool message for us. And then we got the Oyster card for our animal card. And the oyster card is a water animal. So water element, you could say. And the oyster card is patient. It is the secret keeper. And it is hiding inner treasures. This is kind of cool. I've been actually reading books about hidden knowledge, or like lost knowledge, or things that have been in the past hidden because the knowledge could cause someone to use it in the wrong way. Let me read to you what this card says. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or projecting their deepest desires and life's work. When the oyster card appears, it is important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. So if you guys know who, I've been reading books about Dolores Cannon lately, and she talks about these 3 waves of volunteers. I actually started reading the book on Periscope, so if you're on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you go to Periscope, download the Periscope app onto your phone, and follow me at Jai Eagle Star. I'm going to be reading that book from beginning to end, and an episode a day, probably a chapter a day or something along those lines. I started today, so if you guys missed that broadcast on Periscope, make sure you go back and watch it, and you'll be able to listen to the whole book from beginning to end. I'll be reading it to you guys. But she talks about these 3 waves of volunteers that have come to planet Earth to help raise the vibration of the planet. The Earth is changing. It's moving into another dimension. We're right on the other side of the galactic point, or we've gone over the galactic point, and now we're transitioning. And a lot of astrologers, a lot of people have been talking about this, since 2012. We've been transitioning, and the Earth is pretty much going. And our job is to match that energy so that we can actually go with it, so that the dimensions don't get lost because we either can't see them, we can't connect with them, we're blocking ourselves off. And so I actually think this message is for those people who feel like they have a purpose but they don't know what it is. If your whole life you felt like you want to help people but you're not really sure what to do, if your whole life you felt like you were a little bit different, and you felt like you didn't really have any friends, and you felt like you always had this longing for going home, but you don't really feel at home anywhere. So if anyone feels like that's true for them, then say something. Definitely mention it to me here. These are the people I want to help inspire. If you feel like you have a message, if you feel like you have something inside you that's waiting to come out, you don't know how, you don't know why, you don't understand what's going on with you. Yes, it's very, very likely that you are one of these beings that has volunteered to come to Mother Earth to help raise the vibration. And so you have to pay attention to that, and you have to learn what your power is, and you have to step into your purpose. You have to complete your mission. Like, you came to do a mission, and you have to remember your mission. And in order to remember, you have to meditate. You have to practice being in higher vibrations. You have to practice raising your vibration. You have to be okay, and you have to be comfortable, and you have to not be afraid. That's the main part, because fear is an illusion. Greenie asks, does that have to do with the masters choosing to be reborn again? The masters choosing to be reborn again. Where did you hear that concept? But it sounds like the same thing that I'm talking about. A lot of these beings that I've learned about have either, they come straight from God. Like, Kundalini Yoga is another great thing to practice. So these beings come straight from God. They've never had a lifetime on planet Earth. They sometimes have never even had an actual lifetime at all. And so they're these pure souls coming into bodies and coming here for a mission. Lizzie says, I used to feel that way. Now I feel at home anywhere and found peace here. That's beautiful. So it seems like you've stepped into your power in a way. Like you finally found yourself. And that's what the journey is of a lot of these people. It's like once you discover who you are and you feel comfortable, a lot of it has to do with you just being comfortable with who you truly are, and then projecting everything that you truly are out to the world. And the world receives the energy, the world receives those frequencies, and that is how we change the world. So let me show you the cards for these for this reading for the weekend, because I didn't get to do a reading this week. I used to go crazy feeling like I had a mission or a strong reason for being here. It was overpowering. Yes. Yes. So we got the Magician as the intuition card, telling us that we really have, that's beautiful, Lizzie, that we really have a power. We really have our power, and we can do what we choose with it. So be wise, because the challenge is to not like beat the dead horse. We do raise the frequency. Nice. Don't beat the dead horse. Like, let go of the old belief systems, let go of the old stories, let go of the things that hold you back, because it's almost like thinking like, if you know, anything can be real, right? If something that happened to you in your past is so like ingrained within you that you can't let go of the story, there's sort of like a cleanup process that you have to go through, because the truth is that you can let go of that story, and when you release all that baggage, you free yourself to truly rise. The overall theme is the Ace of Cups, meaning that we have this beautiful opportunity, this like empty cup that we get to fill with whatever we want. We get to put whatever we want in it, and we embody this energy of the priestess, the goddess, the one that is so sure of herself. There's just no doubt in her mind. Her actions always have meaning. And the oyster is telling you to open yourself up and let your gifts shine. Let yourself shine from within. There's something really beautiful, right? You open up the oyster, and sometimes you open up the oyster, and then there's like the pearl inside, right? It's like the gold or the light inside, and if you hide your whole life, you'll never be able to complete your mission. You have to do what you came here to do. Yes. So that is our reading for individual, the reading for the weekend, the intuitive reading for the weekend. The masters are in charge of all the guides, and I received a message from a stranger who told me. The masters are in charge of all the guides. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of information that we don't really know. But the truth is definitely coming out. Thanks, Lizzie. So let's do some individual readings, yeah? What cards are you using? I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot and Oracle Animal Spirit cards. The stranger told me I am a light worker and a psychic medium. You probably are. A lot of people, once you open yourself up, you begin to receive, hey Dana, you begin to receive the messages. And that's why I like to call myself a channel for grace, because you open yourself up. I want to teach people how to open themselves up so that they too can receive the messages. They'll become more and more clear the more and more you open yourself. That's awesome. So we are going to do some individual readings. All good. So here's the way that we do readings. If you would like a full reading, I'm offering full readings right now, just right now during this broadcast, for $20. So a $20 donation in PayPal, and the PayPal link is paypal.me/EagleStarYoga. If you want just a simple reading on Periscope, if you give some super hearts, I can do a 1-card pull for you My fingers hit all the wrong buttons. That's funny. I'll do a 1 card pull for you, and the same thing goes for Facebook and YouTube. So let me know. If you want a full reading, just go ahead and make the donation. I get the notifications right away. We're going to start with Angie. Angie, would you like me to pull a card for you? Let go of that story. It's time to stop all those limited beliefs that are holding us back. Yes, it is. So if you're getting just a 1 card reading, I'm going to use the Crystal Mandala Oracle. The Crystal Mandala Oracle cards. If you're getting a full reading, I'm going to use the Osho Zen Tarot cards. Okay, so we'll pull a card for Angie. She's given some super hearts, so I want to give her some priority because super hearts are not free. You have to buy super hearts. And when you give them to people, especially if they are, thank you, Rip Bruno, for the super hearts. If they are super broadcasters on Periscope, they can actually cash in those stars for money. And every month, they get paid every month. So it helps me to continue to provide content for you guys, live content. Here we go. So guidance. The PayPal is paypal.me/Eagle Star Yoga for a full reading for $20. You can't give super hearts on Facebook, so you guys have the exception. But I do have to give priority to the people that are giving super hearts on Periscope, so you might have to wait a couple minutes before I get to you. So we got Angie, we got Greenie, and we got Ripper Uno giving super hearts here on Periscope. Or you can jump over to Periscope as well. So, oh my God, this is really cool. I just finished reading the story of Kuan Yin in the book, The Sophia Code. Angie, if you haven't gotten that book, I kind of recommend you get it. The reading for this weekend resonates with me. Thank you for the message. Just made it clear for me. Awesome. Awesome, Janie. You're welcome. So the card that you got is Ascended Master Kuan Yin and Pearl. And you are the Divine Rebel. And this is a message from the Crystal Masters and the number 333. They appear with the number 333. And I will read the description of your card. We bring you the blessing of the Divine Rebel. Divine rebels shake things up, create a divine disturbance, and refuse to play the rules. They do this because they love divine love. They know there is nothing as powerful as the unconditional love of the divine. I will have its way. It will have its way in the world, in the hearts of all living beings. It will not be tamed, controlled, restricted, or denied. If there is a rule that gets in the way of that love, then the Divine Rebel will find another way, so that love can have its way. Elizabeth, I just got your donation. The Divine Rebel in you is not meant to do things the way others say you should. Some people may become frustrated with you because they won't know why you have to stand up and speak your truth. That's okay. Divine rebels are not always understood, but they are respected by those who are ready to make love more important than fear, and who are willing to contribute constructively towards healing the world. That's a beautiful card. So who's Elizabeth? Tell me what your Facebook name is. I just saw that you made a donation. And in the meantime, is that you, Lizzie? That's probably you, Lizzie. Now that I'm thinking about it. It's you. Okay. Let's do a 1 card pull for Greenie. Yeah, I was like, after I looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I know, that was sweet. That was a sweet message. So I'm going to pull a card for Greenie. I'm going to do Greenie and Ripperuno, and then I'm going to do that full reading for you, Lizzie, okay? So one card for Greenie. You've got Greenie 43, Goddess, Matangi, and Heliotrope. Already there is value. This is the message from the crystal goddesses, which are represented by the number 888. Hey Shelly. Kind of a cool looking mandala. You're welcome. Okay. We bring you the empowerment to see that already there is value. It is natural for creative energy to become excited by new possibilities, new ideas, and new forms. It is also possible, however, for creative energy to become engaged in liberating the undiscovered value within that which already exists, polishing it until it shines with divine light. Sometimes there is a need to shed the past and all associated with it completely, starting afresh. However, at other times there is something of value from the past that can, if allowed to bask in the light of your creativity, become very valuable for your future. In your enthusiasm to move forward in life, don't forget to take the value that already exists in your world along with you. That's a sweet little message for Greenie. The Sophia code keeps coming up for you, Jeanette. Well, you better get it. You better get it. It's a powerful book. Okay, Ripper Uno. Message for Ripper Uno. Then we're gonna give Lizzie a full reading. Lizzie, will you start thinking of a question that you want to ask? So, Ripper Uno, you got the Goddess Rhiannon and Amazonite. And it's about integrity. And it's also a message from the crystal goddesses. You're welcome. We bring you the empowerment of integrity. Integrity is the harmony between intention, word, and action. It is a discipline of love that creates inner security, confidence, and self-esteem. Integrity allows you to choose what promises you make according to the reasons that have meaning for you. It empowers you to make decisions that feel authentic and honor your values. It allows you to say no without guilt or shame because you are not willing to compromise who you are to make another comfortable. As you honor your words and actions, doing what you say you will do, when you say you will do it, you grow power and respect within. You can express your integrity absolutely and yet with kindness and compassion. Integrity is the gift that will bring you a powerful peace of mind and loving self-respect. Hey guys on Facebook, welcome in. It's beautiful. Integrity. Integrity. Sometimes you will know more deeply what the meaning is for you, and it might go even deeper than what the actual description of the book says. So Lizzie has made a full donation, $20 for a full reading. So I'm going to do a reading for her. But what is your question, Lizzie? Lisa, Carlinda, you're welcome. Ladybug, welcome in. Thank you for watching, you guys. What's the question that you want to ask? I feel sure about where my romantic life is heading based on intuition alone, but I'm afraid it won't come to be. So you want some guidance on the whole thing. you kind of so you have a feeling that you know where it's going, but at the same time you're kind of afraid that it's not going to happen. So what I'm going to ask of the ancestors, the spirit guides, angels, teachers, is to help kind of guide you in that direction. To help you see, you know, what it is that maybe you're not seeing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So full reading is, I'm going to pull 5 cards for you. The same as everybody else. You're welcome, Age of Woman. Age of Woman. Oh my God, I'm understanding these cards in such a cooler way now. So what is it that you need to know? Big feelings can be scary as much as they're beautiful. Oh yeah. It's your age. What does that mean? Okay. So over here. So So the intuition card that you got is the politics card. So with this, what I'm feeling with this card is like a little bit of like, it's almost like you're deceiving yourself. Because when you think of politics, you think of like, oh, it's the mask, right? Right? He's got the mask and like the snake, and it's like, you know, you pretend it's one way when it's really a different way. And I'm feeling like you have to get out of the illusion. Like don't let, like, I think it's an illusion that you think it's not going to happen. And part of that is what is actually maybe causing it to not happen. You know, like the law of attraction, where what you put out, it comes back to you, because you're sending out a frequency and the universe just responds. Yes, a lot of people say he's catfishing me and I trust him and want to progress and meet. Okay, so some people say it's like kind of, okay, so I guess it could also mean like if you were, so there is someone in the picture and you're not sure. So I would say like just be aware of what's going on. Don't hide from the truth if the truth speaks to you. You know what I mean? Like don't hide from the truth if the truth is in your face. Because a lot of times we hear the message, and then we want to ignore it because we don't like what we hear. But don't do that. Like if you like, you know deep down what the answer is, so you gotta trust that more than anything right now, because that is the truth that will guide you through this, like whatever weirdness is going on. You also got the past lives card as your challenge card. This is in the challenge position. So I think that it's possible that this is a little bit of a, like a, not a karmic thing, but something that has to do with something about a past life. Maybe you've known this person before. Does it feel like you know him? I mean, does it feel like there's something more to it? You know what I mean? It's like, because you can like date and go out with people and do things like that, and you don't feel a connection. The people that you truly feel like a connection with are usually the people that you've known before. You feel like you've known them from somewhere, but you're not really sure. I trust that we will meet. I believe it. It's just scary to attach. if I'm wrong again. I get it. Okay. So now I know what you meant by your last comment. So, yes. Yes. That's what I'm saying. It's like, this might be a relationship that you have, you've had in the past with someone, like in a past life with someone, like a twin flame. Like a lot of times I think twin flames find each other almost in every life. And I think that might be where, so look for that deep connection. Like, don't go for the fake stuff. Look for the thing that is very clearly a message, you know? The truth is that, so you got the maturity card. And this card is in the overall theme for you. The overall theme is that this, what you're speaking of, like what you're looking for, what is being required in this situation is a lot of maturity and sort of being like a grown up in the sense of like you have a bigger understanding. Yeah, like you understand in a way that most people that are not at a certain level of awareness understand. So you have to use that for your benefit. And your ancestors want you to know that you are going to be successful. Like success is coming your way. Like success in the sense of sort of your dreams coming true. You finding what you're looking for. There's 2 more cards I want to show you. One of them is being an adult and dealing with responsibilities. Yeah, exactly. The panther is the animal that's guiding you in this moment. So the panther is all about the subconscious mind. Hey, Martin. It's all about the subconscious mind. Hey, Aaliyah. Give me a second one. I'm done with this reading. I'm going to do a check-in again. So the panther is all about the subconscious mind. Diving deep, but way deeper than you ever thought. Like finding answers to questions you didn't even know you had, kind of thing. It's about, it's a cleansing, it's a clearing, it's you find the answers through your subconscious mind. And then you bring them out and you examine them with your conscious mind. And you merge the two together. That's part of what maturity is all about. You merge the two together. And so it's a process that you have to like not be afraid. Because like going into the subconscious mind, thanks for inviting your followers, Martin. Going into your subconscious mind, hey Cedar, or Serdar, can be scary, I guess you could say, because in the subconscious mind there's a lot of the unknown, and the things that we don't know we tend to be afraid of. The truth is that there's so much beautiful knowledge out there. Like the universe is so beautiful, source energy is so beautiful. Like there's no reason to be afraid. We live on this planet that has a lot of fear, but the fear has been sort of cultivated. It's been made important when wasn't really supposed to be an important part. So the more that you clean yourself out, you clean your subconscious, you dive into those unknown areas and you embrace the change, the more that you will come to a bigger understanding of what it truly is to be alive. Walk through the valley of shadows, fear no evil. Good. Here's the last card. This is the beautiful card. The Ascended Master, Mother Mary, and Celestite, about unconditional trust. A message from the Crystal Masters. Unconditional trust. Can you imagine if you were Mother Mary? Can you put yourself in her shoes? Talk about unconditional trust. You know what I mean? I can't even. Damn. I don't care how much you know of what's going on. Unless you overcome your fear, this is the perfect freaking card. Unless you overcome your fear, you will not be able to understand it when it comes, right? Mother Mary's story is she was the mother of Jesus. Jesus was a master that came through her to be born into the earth. And he wasn't just any regular soul, right? He was a master soul. And he came with a powerful mission. He came to awaken humanity to their divine essence, to raise the vibration, to help raise the vibration. And the way he was going to like do this was like, it was a prophecy. He was going to come, be here for a very short time, and then he was going to be killed because his message was not going to be accepted. But it was like, that was the plan. You know what I mean? That was the plan. So she, as his mother, had to go. She was also a human. I mean, you're talking about people that are very high evolved souls. They still have to come into human bodies, and they still have to experience life in a human body. And when you come into a human body, you forget your mission. But then the angels and, you know, and your spirit guides and God, the voice of God itself, spoke to these beings so that they would remember who they are. Today I had this vision of, you know, the movie The Lion King, when the Simba, he has a vision of his father in the sky, right? His father comes to him in a dream or a vision, and he goes like, remember who you are. Like, remember who you are. That's what we're all going through. We have to remember who we are. Because when we remember who we are, we remember our mission. And then all of these things that we think are important in our life, it's almost like they're not that important, you know? And then you know where to put yourself. And then you know what to do. You know the next steps. That's where the maturity card comes in. You know where to go next. And there's no better example than Mother Mary and Jesus to like represent this whole thing. So let's read the card about unconditional love. We bring you the blessing of unconditional trust. There are times when trust comes easily. Perhaps life is proceeding according to some sort of plan, or you have enough money to feel safe, sufficient prospects on the horizon to feel excited, and enough love in your relationships to feel wanted and valued. Then there are times when it is harder to trust. Perhaps none of the above applies to you. You are lost, feel alone, confused, and without a clear plan of hope, sign, or hope ahead. You may be frightened and just want something to lift you out of the darkness and into the light. Your mind, and perhaps your family and friends, might tell you that this is a time that is crazy to trust. They may tell you that you should try to fix yourself, get real, give up, and get on with life. Do not listen to doubts or negativity in others or yourself. It is safe to trust. The Divine Mother is watching over you and will guide you safely into the new life awaiting you now. Wow. The Oracle of Unconditional Trust says to you that this is the time when you need to trust the most. This is the time when you need to trust unconditionally. You may feel comfortable doing this, or you may feel deeply challenged by this idea. You may feel there is no particular evidence that you should trust, and yet you'll happily do it anyway. Or maybe you feel that trusting without a sign that things are going to improve is beyond you. Exactly. Either way, this oracle brings you a message. The divine is looking out for you. For the wary and anxious mind, unconditional trust can bring such relief. The idea that you don't have to keep worrying and that everything is going to work out according to a higher plan and divine grace can soothe away mental anguish and emotional suffering. If it is difficult for the mind to let go, it might prefer to keep worrying and trying to work things out. This could be especially so if you have relied upon people before and been let down, or don't feel absolutely certain the universe loves you and has your best interests at heart to always act for your greatest good. If the mind is in a fear response like this, it needs to be reassured. It needs to understand why you are in a situation where unconditional trust is being asked of you in the first place. Whoa. There may be many reasons, for some of which you come to understand in hindsight. There is one reason that is always true, however, and it may help your mind to relax a little and allow your heart to take over. This reason is that the divine wants to be more involved in your life. Are you hearing this? It wants to help you avoid unnecessary pitfalls, pain, and obstacles, and only go through the suffering absolutely essential for your growth. That is so much less than what we fear or expect it to be. It wants you to be filled with divine love and to live a life that is increasingly free, graceful, and blessed, so you inspire others to trust unconditionally too. How can this happen? Only when you allow the divine, unrestricted access to your life. The only way you can do that is by trusting unconditionally. I love this message for you, Lizzie. Imagine abseiling down a cliff. The divine is spotting you from below and above. It can see where you could stumble and is managing the ropes so you are secure. You still take the journey yourself, but you have some divine eyes, hands, and guidance to help you take the journey in the best way. You might have difficulty trusting your spotters. You might stop and keep checking for yourself what is happening, and yet still not be able to see the entire cliff face already, or clearly. Maybe you get twisted in your ropes, become frozen in fear, or ignore the guidance and end up hurting yourself. You may believe that the pain you experience happened because your spotters weren't trustworthy. Actually, it happened because you weren't trusting. That's okay. It's not fun, but it happens sometimes. The divine is always there waiting for us to trust, with loving guidance and a willingness to help us find an easier way next time. This is how we learn and grow as human beings and become more able to let the universe help us live. When this oracle comes to you, it brings guidance. It's safer to trust unconditionally in the divine guiding hand than the limited perspective of your own mind as this time. The divine can and will navigate you safely through your life journey if you allow it. You don't have to be afraid. You'll handle whatever you need to handle, and you'll do it well. But you have the opportunity to avoid unnecessary suffering and enjoy a smoother journey by trusting unconditionally that your affairs are going to work out exceptionally well. Why not take that opportunity for yourself and for the divine to manifest itself even more brilliantly through you into the world? Do that for yourself now and the rest of us by trusting that everything is working out. Wow. That's amazing message for you. Wow, Lizzie. This is what I've been wanting to do and trying to do. This is great. Beautiful. I know. It's incredible. That was really, truly a powerful reading. Okay, go scope. All right, see you later, Mun. Okay, let's see. We got some comments on Facebook. Are you still in here, Jeanette? Aaliyah says, can you tell me something about my job? Carlinda says, can you tell me about transitioning between two lives? Okay, out. Out, mama, out. Can you tell me about transitioning between two lives? If you could be a little more specific, that would really help me. Wondering if Jeanette is still in here. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, Louisa. You're welcome. You're welcome. And also, Aaliyah, are you still in here? Thank you, Lizzie. I appreciate the donation. I know that's that's crazy. That's really crazy. Remember, just trust the journey. Yeah, go respond. And thank you for being here and sharing and inviting. Is it possible, Jai, to suddenly remember a past life, and why would that be? I think that your subconscious mind is trying to show you a message, because we learned lessons in this lifetime that we didn't finish learning in the other lifetime, and so maybe if we see that past life, it'll help us to learn the lesson this time so that we can heal and not go back, not have to be reborn again and do the same thing all over again. Okay, I'm going to pull a card for you. What do you want to know about your job, Aaliyah? And Carlinda says, I built a reality within a reality that didn't even exist, and I am just now stepping out into this reality. I built a reality within a reality that didn't exist. And I'm just now stepping out into this reality. So you build an illusion. So you were living in an illusion. Hey, Athea! And you're wanting to know transitioning between those lives, like you want guidance as to the transition between those two realities. So we're live on Periscope, we're live on Facebook, and we're live on YouTube. So things are not going well. Okay. I'm going to pull a card for you, Aaliyah, from the Crystal Mandala. Just one card, and then read you the message and see if that gives you a little bit of guidance. I was talking to Carla. If you look at the comments above this, she was asking a question that's a question that's not like a normal question. It's like there's a message, you have to like I don't know how to describe it. You have to be like open. I'm doing readings. Yeah, I'm doing readings. So this is for Aaliyah. Okay. So the message is from Archangel Gabriel and turquoise. It says it is safe to be seen. And it is a message from the crystal angels, who are represented by the number 444. Okay, I see, Carla. So so I'll pull a card for you too. So let's read what this card is all about. And listen for the message for you specifically, Aaliyah, okay? We bring you the gift of safety in being seen. Over lifetimes, you have loved the earth, returning again and again to serve humanity. Liberate the human soul from fear and spread a message of love. You have spoken truths, shared messages, and inspired many. Yet in your visibility, sometimes you have felt misunderstood and vulnerable. You have been admired and loved, but at times also feared and attacked for the empowering message you brought to the world. In you, there is a memory of this, and although you wish to share your light with the world again, there are times when the thought of being seen doesn't feel safe. We are here to let you know that you are protected in divine grace. It is safe to open up to your inner knowledge and to share your message with the world. The light in you is stronger than fear. It is time to shine fearless and bright. And I hope that that brings some kind of message to you, Aaliyah, about how your job is going. Maybe understanding. Maybe it's about understanding what's going on. Maybe it's about understanding that you are worth it. You know, maybe it's about stepping into your worth, stepping into your value, like knowing your value. And maybe it's possible that maybe it's time to move on. When you've outgrown, when you are not valued, when you are not seen as who you truly are, sometimes it's time to move on to the next thing. Like there's nothing more that you can learn or gain from this specific situation, so it's time to start a new thing. So I hope that that helped you. It is an ancestral message. Very much. Very much. So if you guys, I'm going to pull a card for Carla next. But if you guys are on Periscope and you want to give some super hearts, I can pull one card for you from the Crystal Mandala Oracle cards. Oh my God, thank you. I won't be afraid anymore. Okay, good. Yes, I love it when that happens. Okay, Carla. Carla. Let's see. If you guys do want a full reading, I am doing full readings as well. I'm offering full readings for $20, $20 donation. And the link to give the $20 donation is paypal.me/Eagle Star Yoga. If you want a full reading where I pull out 5 cards and then one extra card from the Crystal Mandala deck, and you can have a very specific question you want to ask, and actually a lot comes through when I'm connected. This one is not that new, I just haven't used it in a while. Okay, let's see, Carla, what you got. Wow, this is interesting. Ashley and Robin, welcome in. So you got the Goddess, Bastet, and Cat's Eye. And the card is about, the message is about sacred pleasure. And it's a message from the crystal goddesses, which are represented by the number 888. So what I think this is redirecting you, Carla, to the root and the second chakra. So it's wanting you to connect to your lower energies. The root chakra is about grounding, right? So as you transition from the illusion into this new reality, the universe is telling you that you're going to need to be grounded. That's the root. And then also you're going to have to activate your creative potential. And that's what that sacred pleasure is all about. Yeah, it's like the orange shades are all about, this is like red and orange colors. It's like root and second chakra. It's a beautiful card. Let's see the message that they have more deeply for you. We bring you the empowerment of sacred pleasure. It is said that the spirit had to be enticed into the body to give up its complete freedom and willingly take on an experience of limitation that could lead to divine growth. Hey Henny, welcome in. It needed the deal to be sweetened. So music was created. Music that could only be felt and expressed through the body. Spirit jumped in like a flash, and life was created. There is more life that can be created in you and your world. Although there are undoubtedly struggles as a natural part of opening up to more life, there is divine sweetness too. That is the gift of sacred pleasure. This is the pleasure that gives you joy in your aliveness. It is innocent, sensual, and life-affirming. It is a time for you to receive more of this. It is time for you to receive more of this. The oracle says it's time to put a little sugar in your bowl. That was a reading for Carla. You mean, when am I going to do another broadcast? Not sure. So I hope that sheds some light into what's going on. So what this is talking about is like you stepping into a new life. You know, like the way it talked about spirit coming into a body, it's like you coming into a new life. So the way to help yourself transition is to let yourself play, like let yourself discover what this new life is all about. Make it fun. Be curious. Ask questions. Don't be afraid, because fear blocks the creativity. And so it's almost like step into that creative force, and it will help you a lot. So I hope that was helpful for you. Connecting with nature, things that ground, yes. Henny, you want a card? Okay. Do you have a question you want to ask? Thank you guys so much for being here, for watching, for sharing, for inviting. If you could share an invite, that would be amazing if you haven't done so yet. If you would like a one-card reading, I can do that for you here. And then if you would like a full-on reading, where I pick 6 cards total and really dive into what's going on with you and deliver a message to you from Spirit. I am offering full readings for $20 right now. All you have to do is make a PayPal donation of $20 to paypal.me/Eagle Star Yoga. Carla says, oh my God, you are so accurate. I'm writing about this as I go. I invite you to check it out. Okay, awesome. Yes, I'll check it out, Carla. I know I've been really busy, and just bear with me. We'll get to it, okay? Oh, thank you, Athea. Actually, no. What are the changes coming for me and Isaiah relationship? Let's see. So unless it's a full reading, I can't really go very, very deep into it. But what I can say is that these cards give a very powerful message, and you have to search for the message within. She is truly spirit guided and connected. I've been on this journey watching for almost 3 years. I know, Athea. We've known each other for a while now. We haven't even met. But you know, it's like deep connections. Deep connections. Okay, honey. Let's see. Message. What are the changes coming for me and Isaiah in this relationship? Okay. So the card that you got is Archangel Raphael and Malachite, which is a green stone. And this is the card of grace for the grand gesture. This is a message from the crystal angels, who are represented by the number 444. And this card, you can't see the green because I have a green screen, but it's very green. It's like an emerald green on the card. Let's see. Thank you guys so much for watching, sharing, and inviting. I appreciate it. That's cool. We bring you the gift of grace for the grand gesture. Although there are times when even the smallest act, such as choosing to think a positive thought, is enough to transform your world. There also comes a time for the leap of faith, the grand gesture of unconditional trust that will free you from the past and empower the universe to gift you with a new future. The grand gesture is the big step. The willingness to say to the universe, I trust you, and I know it is time for life, as I have known it, to give way for a bigger, bolder experience, and I am willing to allow you to lead me into it. You then make an offering, which confirms your declaration and empowers the universe to reward the faith you have demonstrated. The grand gesture cannot be forced. If it comes from a place of should or uncertainty, then you are not ready. The grand gesture must be unconditional. It must be something you offer, not for what you can return, although the rewards will be rich, but because you are willing to offer something of yourself in service to love. When it comes from this place, the grand gesture is a trigger for divine grace to express itself in your life in an entirely new way, surpassing all expectations and showering you with blessings. So I don't know what's coming, but apparently, if you trust, if you give yourself to, if you surrender to grace moving through you, to God moving through you, you will discover that you will be guided in this very beautiful way in your life. And it looks like it might be something very different than what you expected, or maybe exactly what you expected. So, yes, no weird coincidences. Yes. Wow. Thea, do you want me to pull a card for you? These cards are so beautiful. They're amazing. Yeah, if you want a reading, I can do one for you. You could just give some super hearts on Periscope. I'll pull a card for you. If you want a full-on reading, I can also do that for you for a $20 donation. Okay? Okay, let's pull a card for Thea. I want to really shuffle it. Okay, thanks, Carla. Okay, trying so hard not to control the situation and let go, but thank you so much. Well, you're going to have to let go of the situation and not control. Stop trying and just let go. Like, there's no point. You got to let the universe take you where it wants to take you. Hey, Haridas. Shuffle good, shuffle good. I got it, I got it, I got it. Oh, this one kind of feels like it. Oh, that card. That's interesting. Give me a second. I want to feel it, Okay. Okay. This is it. So you actually got this card again. It's been actually popping up a lot. So this is your first card. Yes, exactly. That way I just read for Carla. So sacred pleasure, like root, second chakra, like activation. And then the second card that you got is, I love this. I was like, I want to feel it. And when I said that, that card felt really warm, so I turned it over. Goddess Isis and the Isis crystal. She shall always prevail. A message from the crystal goddesses, who are represented by the number 888. It's beautiful. Sorry about the reflection. This is intense. Not everybody gets this. We bring you the empowerment of she shall always prevail. There is something magnificent in the human spirit when one chooses to believe in oneself. Life rallies to strengthen and encourage it. It is the expression of will to live, not from a place of fear of death, but of brave, divinely defiant boldness that refuses to give up on what matters most. You have had your share of heartbreak and disappointment, and yet, rather than bitterness in your heart, you choose love. You have your moments of doubt and despair, and yet, deep in your heart, you choose to continue on. You have the spirit of Isis in you, and just like the Universal Mother expressing herself through Isis, you too shall prevail. You were Egyptian last life? Wow. There you go. That's awesome. Very awesome. All right. I think I'm going to get going because my puppies are asking to go out. I haven't taken them out in a while, so I need to go do that. But thank you guys for being here with me, whether you were watching on Facebook or YouTube or Periscope. And thanks for hearting it up, giving the love, making a donation if you made a donation, and giving some super hearts if you made some super hearts. Yes, next time. Next time. So what I'm going to do is get ready to say goodbye. You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. Have an amazing weekend. I'll be back hopefully sometime this weekend. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. We'll see. Definitely Monday for our intuitive reading of the week. Thank you. Ciao. See you guys soon.